And that's one of the fascinating things that we're seeing as we're going from industrial model to this knowledge model is, does the Six Sigma work? Yes. Does Kaizen work? Yes. Does Lean work? Yes. But it's not enough because we're over-processing. We're over-industrialized a lot of the processes to where it's all about making sure we hit the metrics. If it's not measured, it doesn't matter. Yes, that is true to an extent, but it's not the only truth. At the end of the day, it's not the processes. It's not our procedures. It's our people. And we have to engage them differently. And it's hard work. It's hard work. People are a pain in the neck. We think computers are tough. They are. We think machines break down. They are. But one of the reasons they're a pain in the neck to deal with and to manage is because we're managing them improperly. We're seeing them as an org chart, boxes in an org chart in a series of silos that are operating underneath departments, as opposed to a series of networks, human networks, operating under a tribe, following tribal laws. So one of the reasons we have all these clashes and banging is because tribes have been with us forever. They've been, Dave Logan, who wrote the book on tribal leadership, makes a really cool statement. Birds flock, fish school, people tribe. End of story. And because of we've been able to tribe, we've been able to pull together our collective genius to create the type of innovations that allowed us to get into the industrial age. We get into the industrial age, everybody's making a lot of money. We got into assembly lines, thank you Henry Ford, but the org chart is nothing more than an assembly line applied to people. Interesting model, but it's an unnatural model. And now that we're going over into this knowledge information age where human capital is the key wealth generator in companies, we now have to start shifting over and go, gee, we have to really engage our people differently. And people say, all the CEOs say, people are our most important asset, yet they show up as a liability on a balance sheet. And they really have the people more interested in making sure the machinery operates or the IT systems operate or the policies and procedures are followed as opposed to unleashing that collective genius. So how do we get from where we are into this place where we're starting to tap into this gold mine? What we have to do is we have to stop looking at our organizations as org charts, and we need to look at them as tribal networks. And I'll tell you, the minute you put those glasses on and you look at your organization through that lens, you will automatically start making small but significant differences in how you engage people. Because there's a collective genius in that tribal network, and there's collective energies that are unbelievably powerful. So let's talk about tribal assets, and then we'll talk a little bit about the power of networks. There's three basic assets that a tribe has. A collective genius, that's everything that people know. That's their skills, that's their talents, that's also their capabilities, their ability to be creative, their ability to communicate and collaborate. It's a tremendous collective genius. If we were to be able to map what everybody in this room knows and is capable of doing and what their talents are, it would blow us away. There's a genius here that's just incredible. And there's a collective energy, right? So you get a lot of people working on a single project, a lot of things happen. One of the perfect examples of a tribe that's come together, and Dave talks about this in tribal leadership, is the Manhattan Project. Some of the smartest people ever getting together to create, to address a single problem. They were focused, they were energized, they were empowered. Government just basically said, tell us what it is that you guys need, we're going to give it to you. And look at what they did. And they had no idea how they were going to get from here to there, but they brought the collective genius of the group in. They enabled it. They empowered it. They got out of the way. They let it go to work because humans are smart.
Well, that's an interesting story because they came up with two solutions. The two bombs were very different that they created.
That's right.
So.
Yep. Fat man and little boy? Yeah. But as important as those two are, this third part is even more important. The culture of the tribe. Peter Drucker famously said, culture eats strategy for breakfast. And what he's saying is that you can have all the tactics and all the strategies and all the best ideas, but if the people that you bring together to implement them fight with one another, are a bunch of egotists, can't get along, can't communicate, you're not going to go anywhere because your culture is not a collaborative culture. So the culture is the glue that pulls all this stuff together and holds it together.